Hello and greetings to you from Vancouver. What's it like? Nice. I spent the weekend in Ottawa at the Governor General's Performing Arts Awards, and it was absolutely pleasant. There must be El Nino. Okay, coming up today. Well, he may be out of the political ballpark, but he's definitely still in the game. John Crosby on a book tour. He's been on every other show, but we'll see what we can do to him today to see if we can find something new out. I'll also talk with Debbie Travis. She of Painted House fame, one of my favorite television shows. She can tell you how to turn your house into a place that looks like you live in Tuscany. And then I'll also speak and introduce to you now the legendary Indian percussionist and Grammy award-winning Zakir Hussain. Big audience assembled just to see you.
Oh my God, so early in the morning too.
I know, isn't it unbelievable? I guess you don't often play that early in the morning.
No, not very much.
Nighttime.
Oh, but actually in India, we have regularly all-night concerts. So sometimes we get on at about 4 or 5 in the morning and go on till sunrise, play till 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9.
Well, that must be quite inspiring, really.
Yeah, it is,
You
but
know.
it's funny to be woken up at 2 in the morning. All right, it's your turn in 1 hour.
Well, I thought maybe you'd have just stayed up and listened to everybody else, too. It's swept away by now?
By now we figured out that we should get our beauty sleep. Get up.
And you are beautiful.
Oh, that's kind. Thank you very much.
When did you start to play this? From infancy?
Yes, the tradition started when I was 2 days old. I was brought in from the hospital and my father took me in his hand, he's the drummer who taught me, and started singing rhythms in my ear. So that's where it began, but I gave my first concert when I was 7.
Yeah. Were you good? Better than I would be.
They tell me I was cute.
Yeah, I'll bet. So the tabla is they're a very old instrument.
Yes, they are old and they represent a tradition which is over 2,500 years old. So the repertoire that we play on this instrument has existed for that long and is the way it was then.
What is this?
This is the bass part, of course.
Yeah, but what is the material?
This is known as ashtudhat, which is a mixture of 7 different metals. And then it's built into this particular shell and pounded out. And then the skin is put on it and I'm able to play it.
Swanee River.
Not in India, we don't play Swanee River, we play Ganges River.
Can you you can have people pick out tunes on such an instrument?
Actually, this is something that I've started doing that myself. Normally, we just played the repertoire, but having been to the West and seen how drummers play different kind of melodic patterns on their drums and have so many drums to do it, I just sort of figured out a way to be able to play scales on this instrument.
How do you tune it?
I don't tune it. I just...
It just is?
I just manipulate it with the pressure of the heel of my wrist while I attack. So
It sounds a bass, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like a bass, you know.
A one-man synthesizer. What is this circle there?
This black thing is clay, iron dust, and rice water mixed into a paste. And then it's pasted on here and rubbed in until it settles down.
Excuse me.
And there are many layers of it, and this is what resonates and makes the sound. Or else it will be just like a bongo drum, dead sounding.
But that it gives it that tone, that identifiable tabla tone.
And the tabla makers don't want to give out the way they make this. This is very scientifically done. In other words, it's very organic. They just thumb it in. Until they know. And they know exactly how much. They won't tell you how, they know exactly how much to make it an even sounding thing. Will it wear out, that little bit? Yes, it falls off after many shows, and then you just replace this part or you replace the whole skin, whichever way. Will this last you your life? The shell would, but not the skin. The skin lasts maybe one tour, and then I have to get a new one. You're on tour now? Yes. Where are you going after this? I am going to San Francisco after this, to the beautiful, heart-leaving place. Yeah, no kidding. Well, will you play something else, and then I'll nag you some more, and we'll mention your album and other things that you do. Shall I stay here, or shall I get out of the way? You can stay here. Do you like to focus completely? Well, you do anyway, I'll bet. I'll focus on you. Oh, all right. Maestro. So you were great last night, were you? It was a lot of fun. We had a great time. Packed the place? Nice packed place, and about 2.5-hour show, all drums. People know you now really well. I mean, you're very famous now. I don't know, a bit. You are, yeah, you are. Okay, I'm very famous. Believe me when I tell you. Yes, you're on the on the world music charts. You're often in the top 10. You have this new album, which is very big, The Rhythm Experience. It has done very well. It's gotten up to number 6, and it's coming along just fine. Thank you. Do you think that you worked at the Olympics, you did the theme for the opening of the Atlanta Olympics. The piece which was known as Call to the Nation, the opening of the Olympics last year, I had the chance to write it last year? Well, oh God, already. Yeah, already the gold medals have become black now, lost color. Who got you that job? Well, we won the Grammy for having done a drum album, and they wanted to represent the 5 tribes of man which originally founded the planet. With 5 different sections of drummers from various parts of the world, using 100 drummers each time, so it's 500 drummers. And they wanted somebody who knew about drumming to write it musically, so they called us up because they saw that we won the Grammy. So it looked like a good bet. A good bet, and Hollywood is, you know, it's like, okay, this is in these days, so let's get them. So we got it, and I wrote it, and it was performed live with 500 drummers and 100 voices. And it was fabulous to be there in front of 80,000 people, and all screaming and jumping up and down. Screaming and jumping and shouting. And the funniest thing was they had the whole sound system underneath the benches where people were sitting. So they were here. The sound was coming up at them, and it was very incredible. It's great when sound becomes a physical sensation. Oh yes, it was. It was definitely. It's not just volume either, is it? No, it's just. It wasn't, because it wasn't loud. It was under 100 dB, so that's much softer than say a Metallica sound system. But would you ever go and see Metallica? Yes, sure. I've seen them, and I've worked with different people who do. For instance, I've played a lot with Grateful Dead, the rock band, and not exactly the same as Metallica. No, but they're loud. Yeah. Grateful
Grateful
Dead
Dead's
gets
loud.
up to about 120 dB, which is
Would you take your
very loud.
dB meter with you?
I don't.
No, you just have a personal one?
Personal, they tell me, we are at 120 dB now. It's like flying the Concorde. We're at Mach 1, Mach 2.
They tell you that when you fly the Concorde?
Yeah, the meter goes up. It's funny.
Once a percussionist, always a percussionist. You can play any kind of rhythm. You can play Afro-Cuban. You can play, you've played with Tito Puente.
I played with Tito Puente.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun. In fact, just down the road in Seattle, we had our last show. And Tito, myself, and another great drummer called Billy Cobham.
Oh, yeah,
So
I heard of him.
So we played as a trio, and it was a lot of fun. And then we did a tour in Europe and stuff. So.
When you first heard those rhythms, did they gel with you right away?
Yes, because rhythm is universal. It's pulse, it's 4/4, and as long as you understand your instrument and you know what they're doing, and so therefore are able to fit into their way of looking at rhythms. I studied. I was actually at the University of Washington in Seattle in the ethnomusicology department.
When was that?
That was in 1970.
Right.
So I had a chance to study Latin and African and Indonesian and Chinese and everything kind of rhythms and music. So I was able to fit right in. And tabla is a versatile instrument. It can just blend in, no problem.
Your father plays this as well, as you said.
He plays this.
Do you play together sometimes?
Yes, we do. We have done tours together. In fact, we played in Vancouver about 2 years ago.
You didn't
A live
even call.
concert. Oh, well, I was very busy.
Next time you
I'm
will.
Sorry.
Next time you will. won't you?
Okay, yes.
Thanks very much, Zakir.
My pleasure.
Will you play
Vicky.
something else?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Here we go.
Well, that was amazing. Yeah, it was really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you very much. Zakir Hussain. So you can have a nap now.